best part about that is just the people that you meet along the way. Met tons of great people, and now to be at this moment, kind of solidifying my college career and going out strong is something I always dreamed of. So to be in the midst of your dreams, you kind of not take it for granted, but you don't realize the importance of it all the time.
I don't want to gas you up too much, and I don't want you guys to be too comfortable right now because it's just January.
No doubt.
But dude, this is historic stuff. This has been pretty impressive so far. Beyond simply just we enjoy playing for each other and everybody's cool and this is a good time. You guys are winning by 30, 40 points every night. This is kind of crazy. Are there moments when you guys are back in the locker room after a big win and you're like, yo, what was that? Welcome, everyone, to another episode of The Lab presented by Champ Media. My name is Ben Lyons. Happy New Year. Excited to have on the show to kick off 2026 a member of the University of Michigan men's basketball team, which has just been dominating the season so far. We're excited to have him. Nimari Burnett joins the show with a slight flex on the sweatshirt for those who are watching with the USA Basketball, which he's a member of, playing 3-on-3, a world champion. We'll get into all that. But congratulations, man, on the great start to the season. You guys, like I said, are clearly having a good time. You're having fun. What's it been like so far as you're about halfway through this thing and getting ready for the Big Ten?
Yeah, man, being halfway through it's been exactly that. It's been very fun. Just going out there and playing hard each and every game. And, a lot of that results into large margins of victories. And I think the biggest part of that is just doing it together. And we have a good foundation of how we practice. And, obviously we have tons of talent and, size and length and unique abilities across the board. So I think we all mesh really well together. And, our mindset is just to continue to do that and continue to find ways to get better. There's so many things as we watch film after each and every opponent, we can still get better at this. So it's going good.
See, as a lifelong Michigan fan, as a lifelong, Wolverine basketball fan, I'm a little nervous going into our conversation today, Nimari, because I don't want to gas you up too much, and I don't want you guys to be too comfortable right now because it's just January.
No doubt.
But dude, this is historic stuff. This has been pretty impressive so far. Beyond simply just we enjoy playing for each other and everybody's cool and this is a good time. You guys are winning by 30, 40 points every night. This is kind of crazy. Are there moments when you guys are back in the locker room after a big win and you're like, yo, what was that? This is unusual for any organized basketball team.
No, we definitely have moments like that, especially even, one of our last games, we were like, man, we feel like the Monstars out here. And, we're all very well aware of the historic feat that we've been, doing this season. But also I think we have a very good, humble group of guys. So everybody's like, yeah, this is great. This is fun. But we have goals. We have team goals. So we aren't satisfied. And, we're looking forward to Big Ten play and doing it over the course of, the second half of the season.
It's just a really fun style of basketball to watch. It's really aesthetically pleasing. You guys share the rock. Everybody gets touches and shots. And I would imagine on any given night, any guy feels like they could go off. So it's just kind of a cool group, I would imagine, to be a part of. Where do you think that chemistry comes from? Where do you think that ball movement comes from? Is it something you can work on, or is it just something that happens?
Well, first, I would like to attribute that to Dusty May and assembling a great group of guys, first and foremost. And then not to mention the talent that we have. But after that, it's just we've practiced since the summer of sharing the ball, doing it together. This is not going to be a one guy rules all type of team. And we're going to do it all by committee. And like I said, the talent that we have in the locker room is anybody can go off for 15, 20. And, sometimes guys, we're playing 15, 20, 25 minutes max. And it's fun because we're just going out there and giving it our all and then coming out and cheering each other on. And I think it's really, really inspiring to see each other doing well and, playing unselfish. And we really get energized because of that.
I'm glad you mentioned the summer. I feel like that the trip up to the lake was a big deal for the team. Seeing the photos on the Instagram of you guys working out in the big house, which is a pretty cool part of, playing basketball at Michigan. It feels like those moments, the hard work you put in the summer actually pay off in the winter, and you attribute the success you're having now to those kind of trips and those things.
Most definitely, man. I mean, when we went up there to the lake and, being at Matt Lester's farm, like we call that place just the place of champions. The 2023 national football team, the team that won it all, they went up there and, sharing those moments together. We have a very special group, but obviously in those moments in the summer, you're just in the moment. You're just enjoying it, having fun. And so to be where we are now, it's like, yeah, we envisioned it, but do we envision it like this? And, that's just, reps and, getting better every single day and, enjoying the group of guys that we've been around.
All right, so you're talking about champions. You guys won the Big Ten tournament last year. You were a champion playing 3-on-3 for the FIBA over in Mongolia. Looking for a national championship this year. Yaxel told us that he's the champion when it comes to all video games on the team. Is that true?
I'll give it to him as of now because he beat me in 2K. But it was his system. He plays on PlayStation. I play on Xbox. And we were in Vegas for the Players Era tournament. I was like, let me play Yax. And it was, I think I was down 1. And I had Kevin Durant. He missed an open dunk. I'm like, you had to mess up with the servers or something because that's just not realistic. And he ended up pulling it off. So right now he has a crown, but I will dethrone him very soon.
Yeah, he was very confident in our conversation. We caught up in Ann Arbor and he was like, yeah, any format, any game. I'm sure he'll see you on the Xbox if you want a rematch. Like he was really confident there. So, all right, good to hear that he wasn't, just talking. It sounds like there's some truth behind it.
It's a little truth behind
it. Where were you for the reverse windmill dunk and the, oh my God, like where were you for that moment for him?
Man, I was on the bench. This was towards the game. I'm like, yo, like everybody's going crazy. We're all holding each other down, like don't fall, but like pushing each other down at the same time. We were going crazy and I was enjoying every moment of it. It was just like, the icing on the cake of doing something spectacular early on in the season. So the dunks that he put on, especially that one, is energizing.
But it's such an interesting collection of guys, like you mentioned, that Dusty's been able and the staff have been able to assemble because Yaxel, yourself, you guys have transferred. You've had different situations, ups and downs in your own journeys throughout your collegiate careers. And then you have high-profile freshmen like Trey McKinney coming in and contributing in a big way. And you have guys from overseas. And so just the kind of, the makeup of the team is unique. What's it like to be one of the older guys and have a freshman like Trey who's, new to this world of college basketball, contributing in a big way?
Man, it just feels like a revolving circle. Like I was in that same position not too long ago. And just to be on this side of it, teach him everything that he may not know and answer any questions that he has, or just being there for him ever since he stepped in the door in June. And he's super cerebral, very, very smart, and very mature for someone of his age. So it wasn't much teaching that I had to do, and so as the coaches. But I think the coaches, myself, we've all taken on that leadership type of role. And, I try to give that to Trey and, to the other freshmen and even the new guys, the transfers who are used to, being around Michigan in general. So I really take that, very seriously.
When did you feel like you really got settled in Ann Arbor, not just on the court in terms of the basketball, but just in terms of your life in town and knowing where to go to get something to eat and just feeling like, okay, this is home now?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you because this is my third year here. My first year, like I was getting, adjusted to everything. I'm like, man, Ann Arbor's really nice. Nobody really talked about how nice it was, at least to me. And I was getting to know all the different food spots. I'm like, man, there's so much variety out here. The food is great. But I would say my second year. So last year, I was like, I got a good feel of what every spot is like and, different locations I need to go to get certain types of food or just different things to do for fun with teammates, etc. So I would say the second year, but honestly, a little bit earlier this third year, I found out about Dixboro, and I'm like, whoa, that's game changing. So I'm kind of still learning on the fly.
Oh, it's a big, ever evolving, changing community and city, and there's a lot to discover and figure out. So yeah, I mean, you can get lost for sure, and it takes a while to figure it all out. But yeah, some great spots in Ann Arbor. So it's cool. Look, we as fans, again, we see you guys transferring all the time, and we just kind of assume it's easy, and it's kind of but you're moving across the country, you're uprooting family, and it's definitely a challenge. So what are some things that maybe fans don't really understand about that whole process and the whole transferring thing and getting settled in Ann Arbor?
Yeah, transferring from one place to another, especially if you've been there for more than a year, you kind of like getting settled and it's kind of like becoming your home. You're inviting family members there and, they're kind of treating it as your home in a way. So once you get adjusted to that place and then you have to, whatever situation there may be and you transfer to another school, kind of got to start all over. And then it's like that first process is the moving process. Not easy for anybody. I understand a lot of people have been through that situation, but then you factor in, different coaching staffs in certain situations and just different environment, different people, different academics, obviously you have similar courses, but the coursework changes. So getting adjusted to not only on the court, but off the court, I think the off the court aspect is, what makes it a little bit more difficult.
So now you're settled. You're in year 3 in Ann Arbor. The team's rolling. You're feeling good. You're feeling set up for the Big Ten, obviously. You talk about some of the courses. I read you're doing social work and you're studying social work. And how's that been going? Yeah. How are things in the classroom right now?
Things in the classroom are great. Trying to maintain all A's. Just controlling all I can control off the court. And, been doing this for this is my 6th year of school. So really, always enjoying learning new information and getting to know new people. And the people in social work are amazing. I did real estate last year, learned so much about that in my time there. So just enjoying, Michigan offers so much academically, soaking that all up and, taking that with me in my next steps of life.
And then you find some time to play for Team USA, which must have been an amazing experience playing 3-on-3 basketball, which is just like a totally different kind of hoop. But just playing in Mongolia, the environment, the vibe, how did that come about? When did that sort of become a dream? And then obviously it became a reality.
Yeah, playing in Mongolia, man, that was unforgettable. But to start, I remember I was about 16 years old and USA had always been on my radar and vice versa. And they were like, come to our 5-on-5 camp. So I went to the 5-on-5 camp. And after that camp, like a few weeks later to a month or two later, they were like, we're doing 3v3 basketball. Come out and, to Colorado. Usually we don't, have you got guys of your caliber come and play, but we want to do it big this year. We want to, just put our foot on the door and impose our will basically in that aspect of USA basketball, FIBA basketball. And so I tried out, made the team. Some of my teammates, I knew all of my teammates prior, but some of them I actually had played with in my AAU circuits and my school circuits. So it was very familiar when it came to that. And the style of play is drastically different. You have, it's very fast paced. And what's very underrated about it is very physical. Like certain calls that you're getting 5-on-5, you're not getting on 3-on-3. But I think that's what makes it more fun. And then traveling the world, anybody would do that and sign up for it. And going to Mongolia and experiencing that, the fans are insane. They're so incredible. Fans still that I have to this day, and I'm very grateful for them. And I remember when we played against Mongolia in I think it was the last pool play game, it was so loud in there, I couldn't even hear anything. It was like completely blank because it was so loud. So amazing experience.
Yeah, see, this is why, as a Michigan fan now, I'm not worried when you're going up to Madison, Wisconsin, or you're going up to Minnesota, or you're going up to East Lansing. Like, come on, this guy played in Mongolia, against Mongolia. Like, that makes you, I would imagine, like tougher as a player going through those kind of experiences, and it's a unique path. And you come out of Chicago, you won a title in 8th grade, and Chicago city championship, state championship, all that stuff super serious, that part of the country. You go to the West Coast, down to Texas, it's like quite a journey. When you look back on it and you sort of put it all in perspective, I would imagine it makes you appreciate what you guys have going this year and how you've been able to contribute.
Yes, most definitely, man. I'm so grateful for my journey. Like the things that I've learned and the person I've become, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. And I think it's, like I said, it just makes me who I am today and, shape how I view life and going forward. And so the best part about that is just the people that you meet along the way. Met tons of great people. And now to be at this moment, kind of solidifying my college career and going out strong, is something I always dreamed of. So to be in the midst of your dreams, you kind of like, not take it for granted, but you like don't realize the importance of it all the time. But I'm soaking it all in and enjoying it while I'm in it.
And one of your old teammates plays down the street from where I live here in Brooklyn, in New York, Danny Wolf, who's become a fan favorite at the Barclays. Have you stayed in touch this year? What's it like to turn on NBA TV and seeing that guy doing? Either the Nets are doing well all of a sudden. I think they've won like 7 of their last 11, or they're hanging in there. No,
the Nets are hooping this year, man. Danny is a big part of that, especially as he's been implemented to the rotation, just, enforcing his will on a game and being aggressive and, playing.
That's got to be cool, though, to like turn on the TV and be like, I know that guy. It's my teammate. And it's got to be fun for you to, and I know another guy who played for the Bulls, one of your teammates as well, Ayo, right? So you've got a couple guys now in the league.
No, it's amazing to see, man. Those guys are super talented. Like, I learned things from those guys that I still take with me to this day. And to turn on TV and see them playing against, high caliber people that we, been dreaming of since we were little kids is like incredible. So I know they're like super excited to be in the moment, but also like, yeah, I'm going to get this guy buckets. I've been waiting to get guy buckets since I was little. So I think it's pretty cool.
You're probably of the generation, I feel like all you guys love players and now you have friends so you can root for the Nets and it makes sense. But do you root for the laundry? Are you a Bulls fan because you're from Chicago? Like, do you have a team that you live and die with? Or are you just like a fan of the league and players and stuff?
That's a great question because I am not a Bulls fan. And when people come across that, they like, really? What fan are you? And like, are you like Detroit? Are you close? And I like the Pistons, don't get me wrong. And I'm like an NBA fan, but I'm a OKC, Shea fan, and Celtics fan. And my Celtics fandom has been going on since Kyrie got there and to this day. Big fan of Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. So you could say it's a bit of both, but those two teams are kind of where like my heart is.
So it's basically like whatever team wins the championship, that's just kind of who you're rolling with. And you're young enough where it's all new to you. So you're like, yeah, the Celtics win. I'm a Celtics fan. I'm a Thunder fan.
And I've gotten that a lot too. I'm like, honestly, I do enjoy good basketball. But I foresaw it. I foresaw the Celtics winning the championship in 2019. They win in 2024. I was like, Shea is 2022 now. I see them soon, 2025. So you can say I see the future a little bit.
Okay, so can you speak it into existence? Can you look into the crystal ball and tell me if I'm going to see one New York Knicks championship in my lifetime? Like, I just want to see one. Just one.
I think you got it in there.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Come from you. Next time you're on the show, you're gonna be a Knicks fan. I'm gonna have you back on because they're gonna win the title this June, and this guy's gonna be a Knicks fan.
You can have me do that, but we can see about that.
So, all right. So before, I worked covering sports. I had a career working out in Los Angeles, covering film, covering entertainment, covering Hollywood. I worked at E! News. I worked at Extra. So I'm going to put on my E! News and my Extra hat right now. And I have to ask you, like, what are the plans for the wedding? Congratulations on being engaged. What's the next step? How are we doing? Look at that smile on his face now. But yeah, congratulations, man. It's an exciting time.
No, definitely an exciting time. That's in, finding, the one person that you plan to spend the rest of your life with. So I'm very fortunate, very blessed, and, grateful for the journey and the journey going forward. As of now, the wedding plans are either in September or like fall 2026 or early 2027. No exact date as of yet. I know I got to attend my boy Vlad going to his wedding. And I'm super excited about that. And, so looking forward to the future, but not rushing.
Okay. All right. So you're starting to talk about plans, but nothing's set in stone yet. Dusty's not officiating the wedding. We don't have Yaxel as like the best man. We're not doing all that just yet.
Taking baby steps.
Taking baby steps to get there. Okay, no, but that's really cool, man. But looking back, towards the rest of the season, I joke when I say this, but what are the weaknesses that you have to work on? When you guys talk about, oh, we still have ways we can get better, and we still have things from watching the film to improve on. I got to be honest, like challenge flag on the field, that feels like just the right thing you're supposed to say.
Yeah.
What is it that you're when you look at this group and you're like, all right, we really need to step it up here, because you have made some leaps and bounds. I was there for the Cincinnati game, the scrimmage at the start of the season. You guys came out flat. So like, yes, there are areas to improve, but for you, what's something you're focused on?
Yeah. I mean, we're so specific as a group that those specific areas that we plan to improve makes a drastic difference. So one thing that we're talking about is we're not good at getting long rebounds. And what that means is, the opposing team shooting threes, sometimes we want to run right under the rim and it gives the other team offensive rebounds. And we have really, really good first shot defense. The team shoots the first shot and we get a stop, but we didn't get the full stop because we didn't get the rebound. So that's an area that we need to improve on. And our communication on defense can be more forceful and putting us in the right positions to force more turnovers and, get more easy buckets and just make the game easier for everyone else. And then offensively, continue to be on the offensive rebounding, continue to cut with purpose and open up space for our team. So there's still some areas where we work on practice and film that we're very mindful of that and different specific areas that we can, make even more of a leap.
And the key, of course, is to stay healthy. I'd be curious, are there things you're doing, at this stage in your career now in terms of recovery that maybe you didn't do when you were younger, you weren't familiar with? Or, what are some of the tricks you have to stay healthy as you navigate a season?
I'm kind of a maniac in that regard of my career. I mean, like you said, when I was younger, I had that mindset, take care of your body, very, very important. But now it's like everything you think of, especially when you're done, being on the court. My preparation is different from the time I spend taking care of my body to prepare to be on the court. And after basketball, I'm, making sure I'm getting into compression sleeves, cold tub, hot tub, getting massages whenever they're available, different little, these firefly straps that post your feet and your calves. So any advantages I can get, I definitely take advantage of that.
And I see you're doing some work with different brands, obviously part of the stuff going on with Champion Circle and different, NIL opportunities. But I'd be curious, is there a type of brand or a type of company or something there you say, don't call me. I'm not the guy for this.
That's a great question.
If somebody approached me and said, Ben, we want you to endorse some cat food, I say, look, I'm deathly allergic. God bless people who love cats, but I'm deathly allergic. I'm not the guy. Is there somebody don't come at me for this?
It's not a specific brand, but anything that has to do with Brussels sprouts, if they're asking me yeah, you got to eat these Brussels sprouts and say, yum, so good. I'm I can't do it. That or olives, please, please, please. I can't do it.
So no olive endorsements over here.
Yeah, that's my only.
Not doing it. But I would imagine you've had some cool opportunities for some things you are into, and that's another element of being a college athlete in 2026. What's that been like? I see you guys shoot some commercials sometimes, and you have different partners you work with. That's got to be fun to navigate for you.
Man, it's super fun, especially working with brands that you've been big fans of or with the coach of your life. And it was one time I worked with Quizlet. I'm man, I use Quizlet all the time in college and school work. So things like that. And Bodega Bros is out here doing a collab right now. These things are so cool, working with brands and, having similar insights. Oh, I like that meal. And they're we can put your face on it. I'm whoa, that's dope. I'm all up for it. So super excited and blessed for, the brands that I've been able to work with and the brands in the future as well.
That's got to be fun to be on campus or at Chrysler and see students wearing a shirt with your face on it or a jersey or something like that. Have you, in your travels, I see you're a well-traveled guy. Have you been somewhere wearing the Block M and people kind of come up to you, or you've been surprised at the power of it?
All the time, man.
Really?
Extraordinary, especially being a part of the Michigan brand. almost everywhere I go, I was in Paris 2 years ago. It was like, go blue. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, go blue. It literally is insane how they, whether the clothes you have on or they just recognize your face, just to be a part of the brand means so much to me. And I think it just goes beyond basketball even.
Well, you're putting your mark on it, man, hitting that big shot against Rutgers last year, the run at the end of the year, which I feel like really set the tone for the summer and has given you guys great momentum going into this historic season, and still a lot of work to be done. But you're in a good spot, man. Congratulations on everything. Appreciate you spending some time.
Oh, no doubt. No, thanks for having me. It's a blessing to be on your pod, and thanks for having me.
Nimari Burnett, world champion FIBA 3x3, and a member of the University of Michigan Wolverines. We appreciate you stopping by the lab. As always, go blue.
Go blue. Thank you.